Okay.
It's gonna go live everywhere. Like we're live now.
I love you.
Tony, tell me if you can see it if it comes up. And then everybody be able to post questions and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's technically how it works. But I'm still learning how to use it, myself. But that's technically how it works. I'm trying to see what's this other stuff. So you got you right there. Yeah, it should pop up on the inner circle. Actually, let me look. Oh yeah, it's up because I see everybody tuning in now.
I don't see anything right now, but do you see it on the stream on your phone?
Oh, that's crazy. You said it's on?
Okay.
All right, yeah, we on. I see everybody getting on.
Okay.
So what's up, everybody? So we're live on. Oh shoot, how did I do it on my Facebook? How did I do it on my YouTube? Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Anyway, so today we're doing something new. So really, they just put it in a circle, but I also put. I thought I just did. I thought I just did the inner circle and the guidance circle, which I need some water. Can y'all bring me some water? Can you bring me that, Nyla? Can you bring me that gallon of water? But yeah. So if you are not supposed to be on here, y'all don't have to scream on here, okay? So you don't have to click on because it's going to go live. So everybody's gonna be able to see it across the whole wide world. All right. So the inner circle and the guidance circle are on. Somehow I put the other group on here. Somehow it's connected to my YouTube as well. I don't know how to take it off. So anyway, YouTube, get a sneak peek for right now. So I delete it off. All right. So Renita, tonight we're just gonna have a discussion. We're gonna have a conversation. So I know we was talking about different things. So in the circle, that I said I wanted to start this new thing on Sundays when we normally would meet and talk, where we just, go through the motions and teach and share. And each week I want to bring, different individuals on here that are knowledgeable, that are just amazing, like Renita. And we're just gonna talk about different things and we're just gonna flow with it. All right. So if you have any questions or if you have any comments, you guys can write in the comment section or the comments section of the video. And what'll happen is we'll get the comments and I'll share. If you have questions, if you have something you want to say, ahas, whatever, just let us know. All right. So Renita.
Yes.
I am going to allow you. So I know we was talking about love. Like we want to talk about love and just talk about different things. So I want to let you kind of start us off with what you think. First, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and share with us your magnificence. And we just go flow from there.
Hi, my name is Renita. I'm currently in the DMV area. I do some forms of animal communication. I make items. Of course, I'm an empath. I make items that you can use for spiritual ceremonies and stuff. And what else, Jonathan?
Hey, whatever you want to share, shout it. Yay, Renita is what we just got. Yay, Renita! So I like that. Uh-oh. Somebody just called me Poppy. Hey, Poppy, how are y'all?
Hello, Poppy. Hello, Poppy.
Miracle just said, hey, y'all. And that's sound country with the hey, y'all. So, yeah, what do you want to take this? Where do you want to go? What you want to do? How you want to do this?
I came in with an idea of what I wanted to do, but of course it kind of shifted. Okay. There's so much happening right now and a lot of people are stressed out. And like we were just mentioning love. And I know that a lot of people are angry about stuff. A lot of people want to take a violent road. But if we consider, I know that we as people have been very patient and very kind. And I know that it takes motion and action to create change. But we can still do that in a loving manner, in a peaceful manner. Everybody, of course, has their own particular energy that they would bring into it. But we can do it in a different way.
Yes.
There's always a better way.
Mhm.
I am a proponent for finding a different way to do everything,
Yes.
a better way, a higher way.
No. In a way that's really in alignment with the end result, with the the goals that we all
With
set.
the goals.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
I think a lot of people move off of impulse and emotions with a lot of things in their life, and
Yes.
and just like technically what's going on in the world right now, this is how people live their lives. You know what I'm saying? They live their lives chaotic, and sometimes they try to make decisions off of the chaotic energy that's around them at the time.
Right.
I think a lot of us have just learned how to survive in chaos versus finding the peace or finding the eye in the storm, so that we can learn how to like kind of sit and kind of flow with it. Like
Sit and flow and change the energy. You
yes,
know, just because there's a lot of anger around you doesn't mean that you have to be the one to continue to feed into that anger.
yeah. Because I mean, like we have to be that example, and I mean, it's a lot of like change is definitely needed and
And
necessary.
it's going to occur. Change is
You know
going
what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to happen. So right now, we really do like we everything that's going on. I don't. It's definitely not by coincidence, and it's definitely necessary and needed.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, like I always say, especially in the circle, is that we have to find our place and our piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest problems is that people are trying to dictate and tell other people how they're supposed to respond and what they're supposed to do versus giving people an opportunity to respond and show up the way that they're destined to show up.
Yes.
It's like we have to give people an opportunity, but I see so many different things, so it's so crazy. In the midst of this like chaos, like we have to I think that we have to be able to ask ourselves the question, how can I build? How can I do something different? So like I always say, a lot of times we'll talk about love and these different types of things, but really what we have to talk about is respect. How are we really respecting the process? How are we, giving ourselves what is needed so that we can make sure that things are evolving and developing, not only for ourselves, but for our community, for our country, for our nation, for the world? How are we showing up? So I talk about that a lot, especially with you guys in a circle, but that's like key and extremely important.
I know for me, I try to take whatever experience occurs. How can I like to question it as how can I approach this so that both parties learn and grow, regardless if it's the smallest thing. If I'm interacting with a coworker, what can I do so that both of us can experience love and growth in this situation?
Yes.
And from that, really both people grow. A door is open so that people can learn.
Yes.
Regardless if they're behaving erratically or not, you can still be the energy for growth.
Yes.
Not gossiping, not picking, but just saying, I see that in you. And I know that I too have experienced that. So let me be here in peace for you in this place. I can see you without reacting to your behavior and instead come from a place of peace. And it's really not that difficult as long as you move your ego out of the way.
Yes. So talk about ego a little bit more. And I want you to talk about like just your journey. You know what I'm saying? Because me knowing your journey, me knowing like the different things that you have, you've been through, different things you've done, like, and you like constantly fighting and fighting and fighting. Like, tell me, how did you find your peace in the eye of the storm? How did you find your balance?
That's a very good question. And it's not like it's just one ingredient. If you want a good meal, you don't just have, just add salt. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of time sometimes for some people. For me, it was falling and failing several times, but trying my best to say, okay, just one more day. Okay, maybe just one more time. And then meeting other people who were kind, which is very rare. It's a rare situation, or it had been. Um, the biggest step for me has been learning to accept me exactly as I am,
Mhm.
because I might want to be like other people, and other people always want me to be a different way, but it's not. It's just not. You can't force a dog to meow. You can't make a strawberry turn into a blueberry. You can do all the genetic manipulation you want to. What is going to still manifest. Um, Another thing is, from a psychological perspective, is recognizing that the other people that you engage with throughout your entire life, they too have had experiences that shape their reactions towards you. So they're only going to respond to you in the way that they can only meet you where they are. And if you see where they are, if you take the time to see, oh, this person is here, then you can react or respond in a way that's the most compassionate. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of self-reflection. The meditation does help. It's but the meditation is more for stillness so that you can see where you are. And learning to have compassion for your own trauma teaches you to have compassion for the trauma of others.
Okay. So, how long did it take you to stop judging yourself and basically like telling yourself like I have to be better or I have to catch up?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on that aspect next lifetime.
Good.
I ain't got there yet. I
Okay.
ain't got there yet. It really is a battle. It's a battle, and like you get better piece by piece. It really is like one step at a time, and you do it well. How I did it, I use affirmations. They help. I use therapy. Being a part of inner circle, honestly, has been the biggest help for me psychologically, emotionally, and physically. Um, that's not like a clip or cameo or pin. It just is what it is.
Mhm.
Um, and what it is about, I see what helped is being in a group where you are free to be open and be who you are, and nobody's being judgmental. That lack of judgment gives you the freedom to express yourself. And once you can fully express all of you, even if it's just little pieces that aren't really you, you're still allowed to freely express that,
Mhm.
then those little pieces fall off.
Yeah.
Just like pieces of a flower, the little dead buds fall off and another higher bloom comes forth.
Yeah.
And now I'm here, I'm working on a lot of stuff, and I still have stuff that comes up. And when stuff comes up, I say, it's a new aspect of myself. And I don't have to judge it. I don't have to hate it,
Yeah.
because I know I can grow through it, from it, or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything is a tool to help us grow. Our skin color is a tool to help us grow.
Yeah.
What we eat is a tool to help us grow.
Yeah. So I got a question. So it's gonna be this gonna sound like a little crazy question. Somebody start throwing in, little stuff or whatever.
Hey.
What? So what made you choose to finally stop hating yourself?
You just going all in, huh, bro? I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here, right? I thought this class was on something else. Where's Sabi at? Sabi be helping. Where's Sabi? All right. Wow. Ooh, for me, it was, and it's a piece by piece step.
Mhm.
But honestly, the biggest thing I think thus far was, again, being in the midst of people who genuinely cared.
Mhm.
To have not experienced that before, and then it's kind of like a plant that's hungry. It doesn't get water, it doesn't get water. And then all of a sudden it starts getting water. And then it's getting some more water and then some more water. And it's gonna bloom. I found good soil. I found good water. And then from there, I allowed myself to grow. And I not being judged helped me to learn to love the aspects of myself that so many others hated or tried to change or tried to make me not be or be. You know, I don't, parents don't know what they do to their kids, man. They don't know.
And I love what you just said. I allowed myself to grow. Can you talk to me talk to me and talk to everybody else more about this? Because I think this is so key, because growth is something, the change is constant, but growth is a choice.
It is a choice.
Like, we're always changing, things are always shifting, but growth is a process. And me knowing your story, me knowing, certain things, what got you to the point, and we already know the inner circle, we already know all of those amazing things, right? But that still was a choice. What did you choose, and what made you say, you know what, I'm ready to grow. I'm tired of just existing. I am ready to grow and actually live my life now.
I don't know. Honestly, okay. So I was, for a long time, I spent time in IC, and you get a lot of positivity fed into you, right? But it doesn't, you can't tell. You can't hear it. You can't feel it. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I get with you. All right, yeah. And
so you're hearing it from other people, but
you're hearing it from other people.
Okay.
And here's the thing, it's like a scale. It has, if you're way down here, and then you get a little piece and a little piece and a little piece, and it finally gets you to a point and you're like, oh, I think I see sunlight. Oh, the sunlight does exist. And you're like, and once you get to a point, you said, well, maybe I can go higher. Maybe I can go see. Maybe I don't belong in the dirt. Maybe I don't have to sleep on the floor. Maybe I don't have to do this. It's like you just get little pieces at a time. And what was the final tipping point? Probably falling in love with somebody that doesn't love you, and then realizing that you are here and these people care about you and this person doesn't. And it's like, oh, a light bulb sort of goes off, and you say, you know what, that's okay. Because I'm pretty okay. I'm good. These people love me. These people think I'm okay. Maybe there's nothing wrong with me. Maybe I can just move forward.
And do you
have another way to explain it?
No, that was great. And question, so do you think that person that wasn't loving you was a reflection of you not loving yourself? Were they a reflection for you?
Not in that sense. I think they were a reflection for me to see me. What I realized is that the person looks like me. The person is kind of smart like me. It was like me seeing myself and saying, why do I like that person so much? What aspects of this being are so profoundly attractive? And then as I started analyzing that, I was like, oh, what, I have that ability. Well, wait a minute, I'm teaching that person this thing. I too am this. Oh, wow, I too am that. And then that kind of propelled me. So I took a situation that would have been traumatic or was, and I tried to grow from it. You try to grow.
You didn't try, you did. And that's what I was saying. They was your reflection. They were reflecting back to you what you wasn't giving to yourself.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of times I think in life, I think that's what happens. I think like we get frustrated, we get mad, we get irritated, we get just whatever discombobulated at times based off of other people's responses, not realizing that that's our own stuff.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? That those are really those are literally opportunities of growth for us. You know what I'm saying? Those are opportunities for us to allow ourselves to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people love to bury themselves in that anger and that depression and that hurt, but other people are literally reflecting back to us what we need to see in ourselves that we don't want to see.
Yes.
You
And
know?
I know only through working with you all did I realize that I was even burying myself in my depression and sadness. I wasn't even aware of it until it was like, oh, wait a minute. I keep talking about this. I keep saying this. Why do I keep saying this? Is this my current situation? And it's not. And I still have to heal from the stuff, but it is not my current circumstance. They're just not, it's growing can hurt. But it's so much fun. It is so worth it.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you feel people like to lie to themselves?
Yo, I don't know. Yo, okay. On for real about that? No, for real. It's one thing when you're completely not aware. And I have a lack of awareness about a lot of stuff. I'll just be blind. But because I want to make everything happy, dappy, beautiful, flower, sunshine, blah, blah, blah. But when you're aware of something in yourself and you don't try to change it or be real, I don't know. That's a whole nother level. I mean, if you give me a minute to think about it, I might be able to analyze that, but I don't know.
No, it's kind of like, it's similar to like, okay, us falling in love with somebody or us being connected to someone, right? And we automatically know this is not what it is I need, and this is not what I want, and this is definitely not what I deserve.
Right.
Okay. But then we still put ourselves in these situations, and we start to say, well, but they got potential. They can change. They can this. They can be that. We start falling in love with this idea versus paying attention and accepting the actual reality of what is versus what is not. Why do you think people lie to themselves? Why do we lie to ourselves when we know the truth? We feel the truth.
I have a few answers for that one in that aspect. One thing is some of us, we have hope. We can hope in others more than we can ourselves sometimes. And we hope that this is going to be the one. We hope that this is going to be the big thing. And that hope's not a bad thing until we start ignoring all of the other things that say no, whether they be dreams or little clips or something that pop up in your mind, or you see somebody do or say something. And another thing is some of us are more forgiving than others. Another aspect is that what I'm choosing to currently believe is that sometimes we accept those things because that's the aspect in which we need to grow the most. For example, okay, I'm crazy about so-and-so, or I'm allowing this and that. Well, I'm allowing abuse. Then, oh, this is the area I need to grow the most in protecting myself, taking care of myself. And I think that's why we allow certain things, because there are some things we'll look at and we'll say, I wouldn't do that. Or that's stupid. And you might find yourself in it because there's a level of growth still in that area.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you another question. So tell me, what's the difference between disillusion and intuition?
The mind and the ego.
Okay.
We can allow ourselves to be disillusioned easily, mixed with this hope and lust and desire and wanting something. But intuition, usually that disillusion stuff is usually pretty intense. It's strong. It speaks loudly. Intuition is a bit more gentle. not exactly a whisper anymore after a few years of your classes, but you still doubt it, and you still sometimes ignore it, and you say, intuition, take a nap. Y'all spirits don't know what y'all talking about. Sit down. These cards ain't right. I must have read them wrong. Let me read them again tomorrow. And you try to make something be. And intuition will be gentle, and it'll keep showing you over and over and over again. It doesn't lie to you. Your disillusion will keep lying to you. You'll keep trying. Oh, I have hope. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
And that's exactly what I was like. What I was
be in the corner crying.
You got what?
Then I be in the corner crying. Talking about keep hope alive.
But that's key. Like sometimes we do have to release and we have to let go. But that's something I've realized with a lot of people, especially when it comes to spiritual development, self-growth, and all these type of things. And that's what I was looking for you to say, honestly. A lot of times people would say, well, I'm hopeful. But that's like somebody saying, I'm hopeful. I'm going to manifest this $1 million, and I'm going to manifest this business, and I'm going to manifest this stuff. But it's not part of their destiny. And they're not willing to work for the $1 million that they want. They can visualize it, they can see it, but they're not working towards it. Okay. So they're choosing to stand, but they're not choosing to really walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing is and what I love about you, Renita, is because I've seen your growth on so many different levels. And what I love about you is that you continue to grow, you continue to elevate yourself, you continue to expand. You really do have a scientific mind. You know what I'm saying? You're not gullible, and it takes you time to really say, all right, this got to really make sense to me. But the thing that I've seen with you, and what I love about you again, is that you allow things to marinate and grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a trial and error process with you, right? Yeah. But I noticed with a lot of people, they walk around in the spiritual world, or they walk around within themselves. And you have a lot of people that say they're enlightened, but they're really narcissists. That's it. They're just crazy as hell, right? But it's this thing of even when it comes to say this person, this relationship, like you said, I know the truth, but I don't want to accept the truth. See, that's what I hear from a coaching standpoint. I already know the truth, and I'm moving into the situation knowing the truth, but I'm hoping that what I want will be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's a difference between manifesting through our destiny and force manifesting through our ego. It doesn't mean
and forced manifestation is nothing but controlling the process or trying to.
Exactly. And it only gets you deeper into a pit that you don't need to be in, that won't help you grow. And it's a spiral downward. There's a lot of stuff that I have tried to force manifest. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't light the candles. Don't do none of it. Don't do it.
No, that's what I want to bring out, and that's what I like that you're talking about and we're sharing, because the thing is that a lot of times you have a lot of people that saying that they say they're trusting God, but they're really trying to control the process. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And manipulation is nothing but a form of control. That's it. In certain aspects of manifestation is a form of control when you don't know how to let go and let God, but also trust the process. All right. Because there's a lot of people that say, oh, I want love, oh, I want this, or I want all of these different things, but you don't know how to truly be it. So if you cannot be it, then you really have not embodied the essence of it, which will allow you to surrender to it when it comes. Because a lot of times we can't even recognize things that we're afraid of.
You've said that before in IC or in meetings or something. And I was like, what? Don't even make sense to me. Let me think about this. But being on the other side of, let's say, this current situation, or just the other side of understanding, I now know that it's true. Right. It can be right there in your face, and you can't accept it. Right. You won't understand it until you let go. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know how that works yet. give me a little bit of time. I'm going to analyze it and try to figure it out. No.
It's not even, it's as crazy as it sounds. It's not even a thing of like really analyzing it. Like, of course you can analyze it, but it's not even a thing of analyzing it. A lot of times we don't recognize our chaos until we leave it.
Yes.
So like really like for people, think about how many relationships they have been physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually abused in. And when you're in it, you're like, oh, this is just normal.
Yes. Yes.
It's good. But then after you get out of it, and a year or two later, you're like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yes. 100%.
Why did I do that to myself? Why am I going through this?
Why did I stay so long? And you can look back and you see it and you're like, oh, wow.
Right.
You have flashbacks and you're like, oh, what was that? Did I really think that was okay?
Yeah.
And I guess you're so close to it in a bad way that you really can't see it.
And I think like sometimes it's not even that you can't see it. I think that sometimes we accept certain things as our new normal.
We do.
But it's like, I always use the analogy like of like you can have a brand new phone and you drop your phone and it breaks and now it's cracked and you start like working it and you know how to work it better than you knew how to work it when it was brand new. And you start to accept that as literally your new normal. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my new normal. This is how it is. And then when you get a new phone, you're like, oh shit, I have accepted this brokenness. And I accepted this phone. I accepted this as my new reality, but it's not my true reality.
It's not
your new reality, but it is not your true reality.
Yes.
So how what the correlation do you think? What is the correlation between your childhood? No, I'm not even gonna go to that question yet. I don't even want to go to that question yet. We're gonna wait for that. Okay. So actually, do y'all have any questions? Actually, fuck it. We're gonna go to that question.
Hey, let's do this.
Right. Okay, so what's the correlation between a person's childhood and their brokenness? Their hurt, their pain, but also their joys.
Almost everything.
Okay.
It's a foundation. Mm-hmm. And we like to think, it would be great to think, oh, I don't even remember that stuff, child. I was 7, I was 10, I don't halfway remember that. I probably didn't remember it right. But you don't have to remember the situation. Some do, some don't. But your body does. The chemistry of your body remembers and recalls every situation. It's written inside of you. So you have these responses and reactions to situations. You don't even know where it came from. If I hear somebody shooting outside, I'm going to tell you this. When I was in the Army, right, they were doing, we were all safe. It was on base. It was during training. And they shot something, like this loud boom sound. And it was just normal. It was the sound that what they did before they started playing a song to indicate that the day was ending. I was the only one to drop to the ground. I heard the boom, bam, I dropped to the ground. Everybody was looking at me like I was fucking crazy. I wasn't crazy. I know you hear the shot, you get down low. They looking at me. I was going to survive. I wasn't worried about the rest of the platoon. I was going to be all right. I don't know. I was looking at them like, why weren't they down? It's a natural reaction. Yeah. And it's going to occur. Somebody will put their arm around you and you have a reaction. Your childhood. And it doesn't mean that you can't overcome that or you can't learn from it. You start to see, well, this is my reaction and I no longer need to do that. Yeah. But you have to take care of the child first. Yeah. You have to reparent yourself.
Yeah. And oh my God, I love that. Reparent yourself.
It's no joke. The inner child is no joke.
Yeah. Because that's the aspect of ourselves. That's what a lot of our triggers and our hurt and so many different pains on so many different levels occur. I love that book, Dante's Inferno. It's like the 7 levels of hell. And I like to look at that, and sometimes I'll correlate that to consciousness and also to our just different levels of also our mind.
Yes.
There are so many people that as a child didn't get attention. Now they're doing things to seek attention. There are so many people that wasn't seen or that wasn't loved or wasn't given the things that they actually needed as a child, because sometimes our parents just don't know how to give it to us because it wasn't given to them. But
Exactly.
you have some of us like going around and living our life and we're so lost and so disconnected and we don't understand why. Because it's something that we don't really remember. It's just we have triggers. We have like all of these like emotional responses and we don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's like so with you like talking about okay, like for so long I didn't believe what other people was telling me. You know, they was, oh, here's a little bit of water, here's a little bit of
Yes.
something, and you
Yes.
like, okay, that's nice, but I don't believe you. I don't
Yes.
believe what you're saying. I don't believe that you can actually love me. I don't believe that you could even really like me.
Yes.
But like through your like your process, you already said you did, you know, affirmations, you did, you know, different things. Like, what made you? I'm going back to a similar question I asked you before. What made you just be like, you know what, damn it, I deserve better. You know what? I deserve to actually live a good life. I deserve to just be myself and be me.
I don't know that I'm even 80% there yet,
Mhm,
to be honest.
mhm,
I can say that, you know, okay, I'm in the DMV. Everybody who knows me knows I did not want to be up here, but it was a blessing because I got to downshift from the trauma of the past 20 years and be in a peaceful, quiet environment and see myself.
mm, yes,
And that was really difficult because I was sleeping in a tent. I remember I was sleeping in a tent in an apartment, zipped up to keep everything out, keep all the energy out. And and one day I thought, why am I in this tent? I'm safe. It's okay to come out. And I slowly just let myself come out of the tent, you know, a week sleeping with it unzipped, another week sleeping with it open, but just beside me. So it's like little pieces at a time
mhm,
of sitting with yourself, being forced to sit with yourself day after day and say, you know what, maybe I'm okay. Maybe it's safe. Maybe I'm not going to be chased. Maybe they won't come looking for me. It's okay.
yeah,
Just one step at a time. Um, but to say that I'm worth it, it's honestly, it's love that I've received from people and I see.
yeah.
I honestly, I don't know anything else. The love that I have received from some of those people, the acceptance, mm, I can't blame it
But,
on anything else.
no, I mean, but let's take that deeper, okay? Because that's still an outer expression, right?
Mm,
It's,
mm,
it's not necessarily so. That's still a reflection, right?
mm.
Something that you've always done and always desired. You always knew how to give love to other people, but you didn't necessarily know how to accept it. And actually, let me rephrase that. You didn't know how to trust the love that was given to you by other people that appeared to be authentic because from your, as far as being a child, you didn't feel everything was always on the up and up. You know, so it's kind of like sometimes we can confuse love with pain. That's just even with people that individuals that have been in abusive relationships. Sometimes we think fighting is a sign of a person loving us.
Yeah.
You know, people love to talk about that makeup sex. Oh, well, the sex is better when we don't fight. They don't whip my ass, and now I can da da da. You be like, what in the Sam hell? What is going on with you? But whatever. All right. But the thing is that you got the opportunity to actually see yourself, and you made a choice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you made a choice that, okay, well, if these people that I trust and that I
Right.
love believe in me, then maybe
Right.
I need to start trying to believe in myself. So they shine
Right.
a light on the darkness that you was in. You know?
Yes. And then I started doing test things at work.
Mm,
Like, do these people trust me? And I started teaching people stuff at work
mm,
and then doing things, and I would get feedback, just little feedbacks.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, wow, I can do stuff.
yeah,
You know, when you, it's just, little lights shining, and then you just keep going and you keep trying. And there are setbacks because your mind comes back and it's like, girl, please, you ain't shit. They don't like you. You don't like you. I don't know what you here for. And that's a battle.
Yes, definitely.
That's a battle. That's no joke. But if you hang on for another day, and then you smiling, and you're like, okay, and you try to remember that and remember the good stuff, the positivity, and then you put on Stevie Wonder.
That's cool. And I think, and really when I hear you say this, Renita, what I'm hearing is there's a battle between your confidence and your self-worth because you're working on them parallel. You're building your confidence in yourself and what you can do, but you're also rebuilding your level of worthiness. You know what I'm saying? So you're now beginning the process of understanding that you have value. You have something to actually give to other people, which is probably something you've already been giving people throughout, your life.
Right.
But now I recognize the value that I'm giving to other people, So that's
Exactly.
And that's big for a lot of people because a lot of ways that we kind of can not necessarily override trauma, because there are certain individuals that definitely need to be in therapy and need consistent work and help. You know what I'm saying? But one way is to like really work with trauma is to understand the value that you have to offer. A lot of times people in our lives, we look at ourselves as like a peasant, or we look at ourselves as a slave or a servant to other people's needs, wants, desires, especially when you have been abused and hurt, and traumatized.
Yes.
But the beauty of you is being able to choose and say, you know what, I want something better for myself. And I remember when the shift really happened for you. And when the shift happened was when we did that class, and I was doing the class, and it was Dream Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. I still have that video. I still have it. And I remember in that class, you was like, damn, I can actually dream and actually go after what I want. And I was thinking to myself at that time, like, that was it was not amazing that you didn't know you could, but it was like, that's when I saw the twinkle in your eye to the degree where you was like, damn, I can actually be somebody. Damn, I can actually do something. And that was around the time when I started to see you actually give yourself permission to be loved, to love yourself, to allow, to go on a journey and not have to go on this journey with your head looking down, with your head looking up. You gave yourself permission to be you. So really a lot of times in life, we just use other people to validate us enough so we can stand in ourselves.
Yes.
Yes. Because a lot of times, like, we just are looking for somebody to see us. We just want somebody, we looking for everybody, like, we feel like a ghost. It's like that, like ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and the thing just moving around, and we need somebody to just validate us. And you found your validation.
And you work with it. It's like you get some validation and you try to build on that. It's a new foundation.
Yeah.
The thing is, sometimes people will get the foundation started, and then someone will come and try to knock it down. They'll think it's being knocked down. It's not really being knocked down. It's just being challenged, being reinforced for its strength, and you can still build on it. And I mean, for the first time, I actually have a vehicle that I want. I wanted this. I looked at it. I wanted it. And in fact, Spirit said to me, I haven't told anybody the story about it, but it was like, I was like, I can't afford that. The fuck? Can't afford that. You tripping. It was like, no, pick exactly what you want with the exact features, print a picture of it and put it on the altar. And I'm looking at the prices and I'm looking, thinking to my spirits, like, y'all got a job, Spirit? y'all, you making spiritual money? I mean, but it happened. The exact picture with the exact features in a reasonable price, and it appeared. It don't work too well when you're trying to petition for humans, though.
No, it don't work that way.
Petitioning for lovers, my spirits ain't too good.
But honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. It actually does work that way. Not because you don't have to petition, you have to allow. You have to open yourself up, but you only can attract what you are. So you have to ask yourself the question, who am I in the midst of my attraction? So it goes back to like the question that I asked you. It's like, okay, so basically you here and you're doing all of these amazing things, and what do you understand your level of worthiness? Do you understand this? Do you understand that? So, and you like, I can't remember now. My mom moving so fast. I can't 80% of 80% of it. I don't know if I'm even 80% there yet, right?
Yeah.
So in the midst of that, then what if my love or the love that I desire and that I deserve is at 90%? But I haven't even got there yet. I'm still trying to figure out my own stuff. So how can I really stand with somebody else that's gonna love me unconditionally if I can't fully do that for myself yet? Because this is the thing, is that in the universe is in God and the spirits and the ancestors, they're very intelligent because they know the work you're putting into yourself, and they're not going to let you go and get lost in somebody else's process when you've done everything that you need to be doing for yourself.
That's true.
And you are a helper. So what will happen? Somebody else, oh, I see you, and you like, ooh, I'm feeling this. All right, so what's up? What you want to do? Where you want to go? How you want to live? Spirit's not going to let you neglect your good and what you are working towards and what you are building. And this is, when it comes to really trusting the process and trusting God, and also understanding your process versus just understanding, because we feel what we feel. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. But you have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years of hurt, of pain, of triggers that tell you, I'm not this, I'm not that. And then you start beginning to do the work and you like, you know what? Actually, I am. Actually, I deserve this. Because a lot of times we can't even see what we deserve when we're in a place of despair, when we're in a place of hurt. All we're thinking about is what's convenient.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, this is convenient. Oh, okay. This look like that right there. Okay, cool. It look good. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna accept this right here. Okay, cool. That's why half of America fat, because we go for convenient food.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, them cheeseburgers be good, and I work with a nice ass cheeseburger, and I wanted that cheeseburger every day,
Yes.
night and day.
And you got damn cholesterol problems, but you still want that damn burger.
But something happened. I had a situation occur,
Yes.
and what I learned from the situation, like I had an explosion occur. I call it a breakthrough. This, and what I learned from it is that sometimes if you want something so badly that it takes you off or out of your center, it takes you out of your peace, it takes you out of your higher self, your higher understanding. If you want it that bad, then it's not for you. You don't have to want what's meant for you that badly. It's so simple. I didn't want this truck feverishly, and it appeared. But the things that I tend to desire feverishly, animalistically, I have come to understand that those are the things that I need the least.
And can I ask you a question? So, and on what level do you desire these things? Is it coming from an intuitive, spiritual level, or does it come from a lustful, egotistical level?
A few days ago, I would have told you it was intuitively and highly blessed and of the Lord, and I have no idea what you mean by these things.
Yeah.
But today, one step at a time, learning. Sometimes you you get so blinded, you allow yourself to be so blinded that you don't even see the ego stepping in. The ego is slick. It's slick.
Yeah.
But it's a good teacher.
The ego is that's the enemy, but can also be your friend. It just depends.
It depends.
So let me ask you a question. So how would you define love?
If you would have asked me a few days ago, Love, 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 love. There are different ways to answer that. Love is definitely a spirit. Love is an energy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everything exists on different levels. The physical realm, emotional, spiritual realm. Not just us, but the energy of love as well.
Mhm.
It exists. It can manifest physically,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have to manifest physically.
Mhm.
Um, love. Love is the energy of compassion, mercy. Love is love is the flow of life.
Yeah.
It literally is, and not like life as like how we're living, but love is that energy that makes a daffodil or dandelion grow through concrete.
Yeah.
Love is that energy that takes. Love is the energy of a mother breastfeeding a child that's not hers. You know, and it's not just. I mean, yeah, you can manifest it or try to express it with sex, or you can try to express it with gifts or express it with words, but she's an energy.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Does love make you walk away from a traumatic situation? Or does love make you stay?
Does love make you walk away or stay? Neither. Love makes you grow so that you don't even have to be in that energy anymore.
Mhm. So does it make you stay or does it make you go?
It sure as hell don't make you stay. Does she make you go? She makes you understand that sometimes you don't have to be in that energy because it's not doing anything for you nor them.
Mhm.
There, love is about growth and life and living. And
Mhm.
if you're in a bad situation,
Mhm.
love can't live in that. It literally cannot continue to thrive in that. It has to be fed. So there is no love there.
Mhm.
The only thing that's making you stay is your own clenching and cleaving and
Yeah.
ego.
So a lot of so
It
do you
hurts to leave, but
so
love
do you
isn't there.
so do you think that sometimes people confuse lust with love?
Most certainly.
Mhm.
And that's easy because of the way our human bodies are made.
Mhm.
The physiology of love is like when you fall in love, these hormones, and then it's like drugs, and then you get addicted to that, and it's great. Love is, I mean, those hormones are great. The feeling is great, but you keep trying to get that same high from that same person because you thought that that person was the right drug, but they're not the right drug, and you got to let it go. It really is like an addiction.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing is that when I think of love, I think of love as an expression. It's like, as crazy as it sounds, I look at love as a way of life. I look at it as a way of being, right? Because a lot of times you will hear people say, no, I'm staying because I love him. No, I'm staying because I love her. No, I'm staying because of this. But it's not helping them because somebody just said, love makes you grow. But is that the truth? Sometimes love keeps you stagnant. Sometimes love will keep you walking around and around and around in circles. So it's like, so that's when we really have to be true to ourselves because sometimes what we think is love is just a denial of self.
It is a denial of self. And if I had not experienced that for myself,
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have known that.
yeah,
Because I know I stayed in a situation thinking I can love them to the extent that they grow, to the extent that they change. I can be malleable enough such that they see goodness, but that's not what happens.
yeah. And somebody
Love, love
said,
keep growing like that.
And somebody said, when we leave the situation, it makes us grow. That depends on the person and it depends on the situation.
It does. It
because
does.
sometimes you have people that will leave relationships or leave situations, but they're still there emotionally and mentally. How many times have we heard people leave a relationship or any type of situation, and they're like, I don't need nobody. Especially Black women. I don't need no nigga. I don't need no nigga. I don't need nobody. I'm good. I can do this all by myself. I'm good. And, so a lot of times, sometimes love or the perception of love can keep you stagnant if you don't have enough love for yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you really start looking at yourself and you like, you know what? This don't feel good. I deserve so much more. I deserve to have the life that I want to live, the life that I'm envisioning in my mind. You know what? I'm loving myself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm choosing myself. And that's the thing, is that a lot of times we have to learn how to choose ourselves in the process so that we can just grow up.
Yes.
Because there are people right now walking around in 50, 60-year-old bodies, but they have not grown past their 15, 16-year-old self.
So true.
And that's what we have to understand. See, a lot of people, we have these ideologies and we have these ideas and we have these perceptions, but we don't understand the truth of our reality and what we're creating. If you want to understand what you believe, look at your life. Look at your life. If you look at your life and you be like, damn it, I don't like this mother sucker. I'm alone. I'm by myself. I don't have no money. My health ain't right. I eat too much junk food. If you can look at yourself and really like pay attention, you'll realize like you got some stuff that you got to fix. Everything that's going on within you is expressed outside of you. They're literally, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and to confirm that, I know maybe 2 years ago, I had a session with you and you were like, well, what do you want to change in your life? And I was like, Jonathan, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm unhappy, I don't make enough money. He was like, and you said, well, what you going to do about it? And I was like, this motherfucker. Can't he just give me some, ABC answers? But when you said that, I thought, well, damn, what am I going to do about it? Right. And 2 years later, I've lost like almost 50 pounds. I make a decent living. It's like you literally have to put in the work every day, all day long. Every day you have to tell yourself yes to this or no to something else. Yeah. And like no to Starbucks. If you want Starbucks, you can drink it in a Keurig without the sugar. Yeah. Still good. You can, it's a battle. But you can change yourself. You can grow. It's just, it's not all that easy, but it's doable.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not always easy because sometimes it's the change of your mindset that has to occur. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You honestly have to want that new life more than your current comfortable life.
You do.
Because that other life is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in a relationship and I'm afraid of being alone and the thought of being by myself, that's going to scare the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. I will take this hell just because I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I know if they doing all these crazy things to me, I'm not alone. So I accept this reality. This is the choice I'm making. Okay.
It is a choice.
And I can tell you, it's been countless times. I'll look at myself in the mirror, or I will look. Sometimes I'll be like, damn it, I don't like you. And I remember last year there was a point and there was a point in time when I looked at myself and I was like, you really ain't nothing. And everybody's like, oh my God, you're this, you're that, you're this. And I was like, nah, I'm not feeling you right now. And I remember when I had to look at myself and I had to make a choice. And honestly, I could be honest with you, it was something you had did, and my thoughts are running rampant right now. But it's something you had did that made me say, you know what, I can do this. I am amazing. I am great. And I had to go back to the basics. And I had to tell myself, you know what? It's not about love right now. It's about respect. Do you respect yourself? And what you offering all this value to everybody else, but what value are you giving to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain times in our life when we really are just depleted and we are exhausted. And it's not that we don't want to do anything. It's not that we don't want to heal. It's not that we don't want to grow. It's not that we don't want to trust God. We just are tired.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And there are so many things in our life that we have been so desensitized to. So, like what you said, I see, or a group, or to have accountability. You have people that were telling you it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
So at that point, you was able to make a choice and be like, well, you know what? Maybe I don't have to just accept this reality. Maybe I can begin to create my reality.
Yes.
You
But
know?
also, like, I was placed in this cocoon here.
Yeah.
It was like I was reliving like I was being reborn. Not
Yeah.
only did I found a family, but then I was way up here away from everything and everybody that I knew.
Yeah.
And in this room, and it was like I was being rebirthed.
Yeah.
And I had that opportunity to rebirth myself. And I said, listen, you've got these people being positive, and yeah, you don't have a lot, but what you want to do?
Yeah.
Because you're not in that situation anymore. So what are you going to do? How are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to rebirth you?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to rebirth me, I'm going to take care of my kid. My kid, you want some tattoos? Look, let's go. And I went and got one. And then my kid was like, I want some extra piercings. And I was like, okay, let's go get them. And then, I was crying and bleeding. So, we stopped that.
Yes.
But I mean, it's like you have to, it goes back to reparenting yourself. The trauma. And then another thing too, like what we were talking about in the beginning, about the situation that's going on, is remember too that a lot of these people were never parented. They were never given that love. They were never seen. And just offering them that opportunity to be seen and heard and say, oh, okay, it makes a world of difference. To me, that's another expression of love, is listening and being there.
Yes. Nah, this is great, man. I love it. I love it. So I definitely, so I know there's a lot of different people watching us right to now. I definitely want to get some questions. So with some Q&A, and this right here is definitely going to kick off our, our study, our book of the month, right? Which is the 4 agreements. Because the four agreements is something that's so just very good. Right, it's very good in the sense of like I feel like I'm talking like Donald Trump. It's so good. It's very great. It's amazing. Whatever. But it's definitely good because it teaches you how to trust in your own creative potential versus the projections of others and from others.
Projections, yes.
Because a lot of us, we respond to projections of other people's pain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's literally their stuff. And it goes back to what you said, Renita, like reparenting yourself. Sometimes we have to sit ourselves down and tell ourselves, I love you. I trust you. I accept you. But most importantly, we have to be real with ourselves. I go back to this delusional thing because you got a lot of delusional positive thinkers. Oh, everything is great, but you sad as a mother.
Yeah.
Oh, my life is good, but you can't do shit. But you have the opportunity. As long as my grandmother used to always say, as long as you have breath in your body, you can make a new choice and create a new reality.
That's
and literally my whole life is and what I do is based off of that foundational principle that she taught me at a young age before anything. My grandmother, she had lost my grandmother had what, I don't know, she had a lot of kids, right? But she had lost over half of them by the time I was born. So she had 13 kids. She had already lost 6. Oh my gosh, I want to barf. Ugh. There's a spirit here. Now let me stop. But she had already lost these kids. And my grandmother used to always say, there are days when I just want to curl up and I just want to go myself. But she said, I still got breath in my body and I still have choices and experiences and things to do in my life. And that always at a young age, I was like, damn, you strong as hell. You don't buried your kids. Like
Yes.
your kids were supposed to bury you, but
Yeah.
you don't bury them, and you still find it in yourself to get up and walk to work that job, walk back home, come take care of everybody in the house, and continue to do this over and over and over and over again. So in my mind, that made me like think to myself, like, dang it, man. Okay, cool. So no matter what's going on in life, I have to find ways of creating new experiences so that I can feel connected to life.
Yes.
Because me being a child, or my childhood and my teenage years, I didn't really feel connected to life. Like the only thing that literally saved me was my connection to spirit. Because if it wasn't my connection to spirit, if it wasn't for my connection with God, like I probably would have been off myself. Like I probably would have been gone. You know, I would have been a memory at this point, right? But I think we definitely in a time now where people have to really understand what love is for them, how they define love, but also how they are accepting love. And how is love aligning you to your purpose and your destiny? That's how you know if this love is real or if it's just something that you're trying to make yourself believe is love. Is this thing propelling me and lifting me and elevating me to be who I was created to be? Because the truth of the matter is, we all know on the inside what we need. It's really up to you if you want to do the work or not. Like, that's your choice. And what would I tell you, Renita, when you would come to me like, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm good, I'm okay. What would I say?
Well, if you good, you said a whole lot. you be ready to you said a lot. If you good, then
you basically got to show it for you. You have to, you know. And honestly,
you're a tough teacher. You're a tough teacher.
Sometimes. But the thing is, you have to learn how to be patient, because sometimes it takes it. What I've learned and through my experience of doing this is that sometimes it takes individuals time to see themselves. It don't matter how much you tell somebody you're great, you're this, you're that. And I've learned to not do that in the beginning now, because sometimes that jack people up, because they start thinking if they trust in someone more than they trust in themselves, they'll be like, well, they think I'm great, they think I'm good, but I don't see it. It really can lead you to doubting yourself more than actually trusting yourself. And the thing with you is, throughout your time, I've watched you like, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna try something, okay, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna try something, go back in. And then it was like, bitches, I'm here! And you allowed yourself to be, even to the degree that I remember when you were afraid to speak, and then you wrote a book. Tell us about your book.
I wrote a book about love. I wrote a book about love. I want to say, like, a lot of people are stressed about being alive during this time. I think this is like the perfect opportunity to be love, to be God, to be great. This is it. This is the time to carry that cross. You're carrying the cross for Jesus. You know, if you're a Christian, you know, if you're a Buddhist, then you're providing rice water and rice milk for Buddha. You know?
Yeah, I ain't trying to carry no cross for Jesus. Jesus did his job. I'm not trying to be.
You know what? Never mind.
No, don't do that. I'm good.
But I mean, it's the opportunity to be God, to be good.
I ain't trying to be God.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Be like, Lord, I can only imagine what our Lord and Savior had to go through, because I'm good. God bless all of everything.
And we can still be loved. We can still
be loved, and I'm good. And on top of that, Jesus was walking around in sandals and barefooted.
Hey. His feet was ashy.
No, I love God. I love it. I love the process. I love the process, and I love the process of unfoldment. And again, that's why I like this, and I want to do these conversations, and I want us to be able to talk and just really go in and just allow ourselves to really dance and move in the spirit, because I think it's so important for people to understand and see the journey of individuals, because a lot of times we just focus on where a person is. And a lot of times we judge ourselves based off of where we see somebody else in their life. We don't know the work and what they had to go through to get them there. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can see me on social media and I can be ha ha, he, but they don't see me crying and scared and confused on the back end before I push go live. You know what I'm saying? They don't see the work, and people can see you. And a lot of times, it's so funny because people can see you and they be like, oh my gosh, she's so happy. She's so this, she's so that. But then I know some of your own inner struggles. And this is the thing why we can never judge a book by its cover. We have to understand that everybody has a process. Everybody has a lane. Everybody has a purpose. And everybody has a piece to this puzzle we call life.
Yes.
Nobody is better or less than anyone. We are all unique.
Exactly.
But some motherfuckers need to stay in their lane, though. I have to
Staying in your lane is important.
Stay in your lane, because everybody's not meant to be the head. Everybody's not meant to be the feet. Everybody's not meant to be the arms. Everybody's not meant to be the stomach. But some motherfuckers are meant to be the ass. Let me just say that. But we have to learn this, because when you really begin to move in love, when you really begin to move in truth, you align yourself to the wisdom of God. You begin to hear things that are not going to make sense to you, but you're going to know what's right, because love calls for obedience.
It does.
Love calls for obedience. Love calls for expansion, not necessarily growth, because see, love will make you compromise. Love will make you do things that you would not have thought about doing, but that is for the benefit of you and your partner or your community or people that surround you. That's what love is. Love will expand you beyond what you know. See, what happened with you is that you begin to feel love, agape, authentic love. And when you was able to actually feel it, you said, you know what? I can come out of hiding. And you were able to be held by love long enough for you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and say, you know what? I think I can do this thing called life. Love calls for expansion. It doesn't necessarily call for growth.
It does.
What is the difference? Love expansion renews your mind. Growth is sometimes just the acceptance of your bullshit, of your stuff.
That's true.
That's what it is. Sometimes, because a lot of times when we're growing, we're having to break down. When you go to the gym, what do? You're breaking yourself.
Yes.
You're breaking down your muscles so they can what? Grow.
Yes.
So sometimes in order to grow, you have to be broken. But love will expand you. Love will excite you.
She does do that.
That sounds sexy. Do it again. She does. So this is when we have to really understand. So I really want everybody that's listening to this, I want you to begin to actually do the work and go within yourself and ask yourself, what is love? What is love? What is truth? What is peace? Those are some things that are very important for us to begin to ask ourselves, because the way that we really begin the process of learning and defining the life that we're living is by understanding what we believe about it. If you really want to change your life, begin to learn and really examine what you believe about your life. Because everything that is occurring in your life is connected to a belief that you hold within yourself. One that's conscious and another one that's probably unconscious. And a lot of us are living our lives based off of expectations and beliefs of people that we don't even agree with. There are certain ideologies that we are holding on to. And there are a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of people that we consider racist, they're holding on to ideologies the same way that there are people that's, oh, I'm Christian, but you don't even know the word. Yeah. You don't even trust the word. But you're living off of generations of beliefs that they did not even examine. All you have to do is go to yourself, go to God and say, God, show me who I am in you. Help me to be stronger in you, because guess what? Love is connected to truth, and it's always going to be a path that's less traveled. Sometimes love will separate you from the pack so that you can discover what is real for you in your life.
Yes, she will.
Sometimes love will separate you from everything that you love because that's your sacrifice for you to give up your good so you can experience your great.
And it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is great. It is great. Well, y'all, I want y'all to give us some good questions, give us some good things. And I definitely want to thank you, Renita, so much for this. And I definitely, you are a wealth of knowledge. So I want you coming back. I want you again because I do want to do something on classes. Actually, you guys, Renita hasn't announced this yet, but she's going to be teaching a series on spiritual cleansings. Okay, so she just wants to let y'all know that that she's going to be talking about egg cleansing. She's going to be talking about different things that she has studied. She's also an amazing, of course, animal communicator, but her connection with the ascended masters is beyond this world. And she hears them, she talks to them, and I do remember or recall you talking about you doing a class on ascended masters again and doing messages, right? Okay, thank you. Great job. And also, too, can we start talking about your product line as well, Renita? And I'm still waiting.
Is this what love looks like? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, yes. This is expansion. Expansion, baby. Expansion.
What's love got to do with it? I don't know.
What love got to do with it? But so we're definitely. Oh, also too, Spirit just reminded me. Oh, you have a website that's coming out soon. I am so excited. So when is it going to be released?
Soon. Soon as love.
All right. So I can't wait. I'm excited. And Renita, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I'm really proud of your growth because I don't think you realize you are inspiration to so many people, myself included. Like to see your journey and to see the work that you have put into everything that you have now, you deserve nothing but the best.
Thank you.
You deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you can have a guide, you can have somebody tell you stuff. We all have all types of books in front of us and around us. But if you don't read it, absorb it, apply it, it means nothing.
Yes.
How many people I talk to and give them so many tools and they never use them.
You and not just, it's not a you thing, but it's like, I know at one point I was doing a lot of stuff because, when I get books, I do read them and I do apply them. And sometimes you got to ease up on yourself and just go straight to God. And that's what you taught me because I had given up on God and you led me back to God. Legit, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome. Because God is what? All there is.
God is love. What?
They're not. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming up here with me. Somebody said, say the name of your book and where people can get it, Renita. It's so beautiful. Al.
Thank you, Jonathan. The name of the book is Lunacy, and it's available on Amazon by the name of Angelique Boone. It's my middle name.
Let's see. Somebody, can y'all post it? Somebody in the circle, post it in the comments so I can share it up here. And we're going to make sure Renita has her website out. Let's see, set a deadline. All right, we're going to by the 4th of July.
I do love fireworks.
Celebrating your independence.
Hey.
That's what's up. But I'm so proud of you, yo. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, I'm just proud of you.
I appreciate you.
Right.
Keep growing, keep pushing. I want to keep growing. It's not a stop thing. It's not a halfway do thing.
Yeah, nah, we just do it. I was telling him this morning we went to the mountains this morning. And me and Maj, we always do stuff together, so it's cool, right? But sometimes me and Maji would plan stuff and we don't do it. We be like, oh, we mean to do it, but we don't do it because we're both busy, so we both have a lot of stuff going on. And so literally, we made the decision last night, probably around 1, almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I told Maji, I was like, yo, I was like, I want to go to the mountains and I want to go run in the morning and I want to do it at 7:00. Now, needless to say, I wasn't thinking she was gonna really hold me to it. And I actually was asleep and she was here at 7:00, right? And I was knocked out. My phone was like almost dead on silent, but I just woke up. And she came, and when we was walking up the mountain or walking down the mountain, we was like, yo, we actually did it. We executed it. And she said, well, I didn't really think about it. I knew this is what I need to do, and I just did it. And I literally just woke up. I didn't even think about it because she was outside. And I was like, okay, I just have to do it. And I think a lot of times what happens with a lot of individuals is that we know what we need to do, but we talk ourselves out of it. Because we start to think, oh, well, I need to do this too, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And I saw somebody post, stop focusing on the staircase and just focus on the stair. What's in front of you? Take one step at a time. You will make it to where you need to be. You will get there. Don't look at what everybody else is doing. Don't look at what they're not doing. Pay attention to what you need to be doing and the support that is needed. And for you will happen. You will get it, basically. You will get it.
You do.
You just have to trust your process and allow it to unfold. Allow your life to unfold the way it's supposed to.
Yes.
All right. So I'm grateful. Thank you again, Renita. Yeah, thank you. Somebody shared. Oh well, this is long as hell. We're going to post it. You know what I'm actually going to do? So everybody that wants to get her book, I'm going to end up putting it on my website and in the book section. And you guys can actually purchase it and get it from there. So I'm going to do that soon day. So it's going to happen.
When my website come out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know I'm a little slow when it comes to that, right? But I'm getting better. The Lord is working on me. The Lord.
Amen and amen.
But all right, so do you want to we also got somebody else that said this was so phenomenal. Thank you, Renita, Boone, and Jonathan. This was such a great experience for me. I felt like I could breathe and grow. Oh, thank you. That's from our awesome, wonderful, awesome Inner Circle member, Kathy.
Yay!
So, all right. So, Renita, you gonna lead us out in prayer?
Oh, sure. Which religion? You know.
Just give us something to take us out in a
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Father, Mother God, universal energy, we thank you. Thank you. Guide us, protect us. Help us to love ourselves. Help us to love you and to focus on you. Universal energy, give more water to the love that is within us. Help us to love. Help us to be. We want to be, and we are trying. Help us. We're in the midst of a revolution of love. Manifest through us. Manifest love. Let us be love. Bismillah. Amen.
You know, you sounded like Siri for a second. Say,
turn left.
That's what I was like. Wow, that's so amazing.
Exit in 2.5 miles.
Yo, you need to do a CD. Tony, she gonna be so mad. Don't you want to sing Vibrations?
Vibrations.
You know, that's like my favorite song.
Vibrations.
You said what? You gonna come here tell it. So everybody, thank y'all for joining because the guidance circle is on here, but also my YouTube is on here as well. So definitely check out she said which religion. That is so funny. Right? So definitely check out my website, www.jonathanlharris.com. Definitely y'all hit me up with feedback. Of course, it's something new. I'm actually planning on doing more things on YouTube eventually. I was not expecting to do all of this on YouTube tonight. This is technically for the 2 membership groups, so you guys got lucky. So thank y'all so much.
If we're on YouTube, we should send a shout out to Lord Shivaya as well for the Hindus. Thank you, Lord Shivaya.
Who?
Dattatreya.
Who is Larsha? What? That's the class she's gonna be teaching.
Yep, that's it.
Thank you, Renita. Yeah, so Renita's gonna be setting up a class and she's gonna be teaching. Cause I praise his holy name. Thank you. Love you all.
This is great, Renita.
Bye, guys.
Great. Love y'all. Bye.